let's talk a little bit more about that because everybody talks about MCPs and the way agents use to fetch data, talk to each other, and so on. Um, and everybody has the positive side.
Mhm.
It's kind of a dark side of MCP, though. Okay. And, which touches really a lot of things about security and privacy. Uh, and because, obviously it's a protocol that was designed for positive usage.
Mhm.
However, as you know very well, Torquato, bad actors out there are typically much quicker at using advancements in technology than good actors are. So obviously, I think that once we give the chance of use MCP for the good usage, we have to be mindful of the abuse that can occur, especially when the protocol doesn't directly cover some sides of security and privacy. Well, what do you think of that?
It's new. Everything that's new, and like you cleverly mentioned, everything that need or have a potential for good use will be used for bad and malicious actors as well, in the same way and way faster. So MCP is a new protocol, as every other protocol in the world and everything technology have risks. So, and this is another point that we need to point very clearly to everybody who is willing to innovate. There is always a risk involved to be the first mover. So we are taking those steps very carefully and not just considering MCP as the final resolution of everything. There are very known security solutions on top of it that we are using. So authorization servers, encryptions, and very known solutions, right? Although, uh, if you take these steps to eagerly be the innovator and completely disconsider ethical and security or consider them as secondary, be aware that there are already malicious actors on top of MCP. So uh, our community, the technology community, is supporting, and every day I do have news that more and more are joining the community to support MCP in a good usage way. There are already news out there saying some cautions needs to be considered. And never consider the protocol as the end game, like HTTP, right? So we do have a lot added to the protocol to consider secure, consider the protocol secure. And the community is doing the same thing for MCP, but it will take time. And some new vectors will happen and appear along the way. The point is, as usually, uh, we are taking the steps with the cautions of a very seasoned API player, which don't consider just the protocol or the existing security measures and consider yourself secure. So we are start slowly for the right reasons. We're not saying that we're slow to adopt. We are adopting, but we are adopting in a healthy way, not in a nonsense way like almost everything in AI, which is the title probably for another talk. But this is our approach, at least of MCP.